Wolverhampton Wanderers, a club who in 2020 were playing Europa League football, now find themselves bottom of the Premier League with only 7 points. And to make things worse, only 2 weeks ago were they on 2 points. So come join me, as today it is my job as Wolves manager to bring them some English glory. Now, as we load into the Wolves FC26 save, before checking the team, I just wanted to check Wolves' current position in the league. Obviously, in real life, we're going into match day 22 and the FA Cup's just happened, but in the FC26 live points, as I'm recording this, it only goes up to match day 16 for some reason. But yeah, looking at the standings, it doesn't look like it's going so well for Wolves. So if I want to attempt to save Wolves from relegation in the 25-26 season, then I've got a lot of work to do. But as you all know, that work is probably going to have to come in season number 2. Because despite having 53 million euros, you know me, we make no signings or anything in season number 1. So that just pretty much increases our chance of being in the championship for season 2 with Wolverhampton Wanderers. Now, looking at the squad, on paper, it's not filling me with hope. I mean, when you look at the ratings, you'd probably say this is your average championship side. By average championship side, I obviously mean your promotion chasing championship side. But I don't think this squad on paper is Premier League standard, and that shows in the league table. A player to keep an eye on who's doing really well in real life is Matheus Mane. Obviously, as we all know, he scored against West Ham, which was a really good goal, and then he scored against Everton, which was also a really good goal. So this is a player to look forward to in the future. As for the tactics, I'm going to keep that 5-3-2 formation to try and not concede as many goals as Wolves have been conceding in real life, with a build-up style of counter-attacking and a defensive approach that's really deep, so we're not being exposed due to maybe a high line. Now, as for the academy, we've got 2 wingers who look like they could have good potential, with a 66 to 90 potential and 71 to 94 potential, with an overall rating currently of 63 and 62 overall. Also players to be looking forward to in the future. I mean, I've just realised this Japanese wonder kid has actually got 5-star, 5-star. Now, with all that said, there's nothing more to do in season 1, so we're just going to sim to the end of the season and pray, absolutely pray, that we somehow, by some miracle, have survived. Now, heading to the conclusion of season number 1, and we can see some improvements. I mean, Krejci's gone up by 1. Chachua, I think, went up by 1. Bueno's also went up by 1. Pretty much everyone's only went up by 1. So there is improvement, but not really. And if you can see the faces, as you can see, pretty much everyone in the squad is unhappy. I mean, I guess you could say a positive is we didn't get less than Derby's points. But yeah, we didn't even get 15 points. That's a bit shocking. Yeah, we were literally 25 points off safety and a massive goal difference swing. So we were probably relegated about a month or 2 ago. So, you know, yeah, that's it. So as we head down to the EFL Championship, West Ham and Burnley will be coming down with us. Bournemouth nearly got relegated, actually. It was only goal difference that helped them. They conceded 1 less than West Ham and scored 7 more. So that helped them. Brentford also, actually, I've just realised, has also survived on goal difference. Now, if we go ahead and look at the stats, personally, I don't think it's good enough. I mean, goals, top goal scorer being 8 goals in the Premier League. I mean, we went down, and we went down for a reason. I mean, our 3rd top goal scorer was our 4th top goal scorer was an on-loan centre-back. So that just tells you the story, doesn't it? In the FA Cup, Arsenal won it, and we made it to round 4. Getting beat by Crystal Palace, which is fair enough, but we only ended up beating Shrewsbury. And in the Carabao Cup, obviously, that was already done and dusted. Chelsea beat Wolves 4-3 in real life. I mean, I don't know why the board was expecting us to get to the round of 16 and finish mid-table. When I started this career mode, we were on 2 points. And it wanted me to finish mid-table, so I think that was a bit stupid, but I mean, we're relegated, so it doesn't matter. Now, for season number 2, there is a lot of things that need to be done. Now, for the 2026 transfer window, we've gone kind of crazy. So we've got Gruder on a loan deal with an option to buy if he does well this season. We've got Johnson, because I felt it was a bit realistic, because obviously, as we know, Ida went from Celtic to Swansea, so I was like, maybe, you know, that could make sense if Johnson came to us. We've got Felix from Besiktas to strengthen the defence. Lucas Pires from Burnley to strengthen the defence. Rushworth, also from Brighton, to get a better goalkeeper. Ceballos is a free agent as on FC25. He was a really good player when I was doing my career modes, and a backup goalkeeper because our current goalkeepers are the same overall and I didn't want to risk Rushworth not getting game time. Now, all of those signings leaves the squad looking like this, and if we don't get promotion, never mind win the league title, I will be very surprised, because this is a really good championship squad. Now, with all of that said, let's sim to the end of the season and see how we get on. Okay, so quite weirdly, my computer just froze on me, so I haven't actually got the recordings for the signings of season number 3 and the end of season 2, so I'm just going to quickly go through that. In season number 2, we got knocked out by Crystal Palace in the 4th round of the FA Cup, Aston Villa in the 4th round of the Carabao Cup. We finished 3rd in the Championship, which came as a surprise to me. I thought we were going to get top 2 at least, but oh well. We made a comeback semi-final playoff win against Coventry to win 4-2 on aggregate, and then we beat Norwich in the final of the playoff 3-1 at Wembley. Now, as for transfers this season, Bueno's left on a free to Leicester for the end of this season. I got Antonio Silva for basically €50 million from newly relegated Brentford. Got Flamingo to start in that centre-back role with Antonio Silva. Got a backup goalkeeper, Ifran Can, and then Egri Bayat, I think, potentially. I don't know. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. And as for backup options as well, Kadra in that cam position and Franco Ibarra for that CDM backup. Now, as for Season 3's final standings, yes, that goal difference is a bit of an issue. We do need to sort that out. But I am pleasantly surprised. Pleasantly because I'm really glad I'll finish. Surprised because I thought we were going to finish around about this 15th, 14th area. I mean, the fact that if we'd have just got 2 more points, we'd have got Conference League football is pretty bizarre to me. In the FA Cup, we got to the quarterfinals, just narrowly getting beat by Man United 3-2. And it was the same in the Carabao Cup, going away to Hull, getting beat 3-2 again. Now, for Season 4, it's looking like we're going to have to work on that defence, but also on that attack, because I don't think we're scoring enough goals to get into those European spots. Now, for Season number 4, I went into the transfer market looking for new full-backs. Denzel Dumfries, some would say that's unrealistic. I'm saying we're just bagging in on an ageing Denzel Dumfries at the end of his career to try and help us get into Europe. And we also signed Matteo Ruggeri from Union Berlin in this save. And obviously, if you noticed, we sent Mane out on loan again, because I want to try and build him up to be a player that could actually play for us in that Champions League final. Now, that's all I have to say for season number 4. I've done everything I wanted to do, so we're going to sim to the end of the season and see if we can get into Europe. Now, in season number 4, we managed to get into that 7th place position, finally having a positive goal difference, scoring 59 goals and conceding 47. However, even though we didn't lose as many matches as these mid-table teams and Spurs did, we did have a lot of draws, and ultimately that's what cost us the top 6, maybe even the top 5. Maybe you could even go as far as say top 4, but obviously Liverpool only lost 5, so maybe not go that far. But we actually lost the same amount as 3rd place Arsenal, so maybe that's why we did miss out on top 4, because how many draws we had. Anyways, in the FA Cup I am very disappointed. I mean, we should be beating Lincoln City. Even when we were in the Championship, we should have been beating Lincoln City. The same thing goes for the Carabao Cup. I mean, we lost to Doncaster. I mean, fair play to them, they did get to the semi-finals, but we should have still been beating Doncaster. And this season, it's Ceballos who gets the top scorer. Most assists also goes to Ceballos, so fair play to him. Arias also getting 2nd top goal scorer and joint top assister. 33 years old Dumfries did well for himself though. And Matteo, I'm very happy with your season, especially because you went up from an 82 to an 85. Now that concludes season number 4. So now we move on to the next one, trying to get into them top 5 positions. Now for season number 5, I have replaced 2 players simply because these 2 players in Andre and Rushworth were just not improving whatsoever. So I replaced them with Restes and Lavia from Everton and Chelsea. And realistically, they're the only signings I'm going to make, because I think this squad is more than good enough to get that top 5 spots. So again, we'll sim to the end of the season and see if we got into those top 5 positions. Now in season number 5, a lot has happened, but the main talking point is the fact that we finished 9th, and I don't think that's good enough. with the squad that we've got, I simply just don't think that's good enough, and I think we should have definitely been getting higher in the league table. Even if it was just 6th, I think we should have been finishing there. Now, in terms of a lot has happened, Larson, our striker, is going on a free transfer to Milan, so we need to get a new striker. Our right back has decreased in overall from an 84 when we signed him to an 80 overall, so that's another position we need to look into. And as you can see, all of these players will be leaving at the end of the season. All of these players will be leaving now because they weren't renewed. Well, except I'll renew yours. But they're pretty much not renewed, so all of them are going to be leaving. So now our squad is going to go from probably 31 players to, I'd say, about 22 probably. So yeah, for season number 6, a lot needs to change. Now for season number 6, I think the game's trying to be mean to me now, because it's not giving me much of a budget anymore. I mean, the highest budget I've had was when I got put into the championship, and that was when I got like 125 million, which is mental. And I haven't had that sort of budget since. So I've been struggling in recent seasons to find signings to improve the team without selling anyone. But obviously I need a new striker because Larson left on a free, so I signed Maximilian Bayer. I tried to get a striker from Strasbourg. It wasn't a mega, but it was a striker from Strasbourg, and I couldn't pay his wages, so I had to get Maximilian Bayer. And Marcelo Flores, I'm assuming that's how it says his name, I got him on a free for another option on the bench. And now there's quite literally nothing else to do but sim to the end of the season and pray we get Europe so I can get that European money to get a better squad. And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. We have managed to get Wolverhampton Wanderers into the Champions League by 30 to 31. Now, if this were to happen in real life, that'll be in 5 years' time. Doubt it'll happen in real life though. But we did it, we got them into the Champions League. As for the FA Cup, Arsenal knocked us out in the round of 16. And in the Carabao Cup, Chelsea knocked us out in the quarterfinals. But obviously all that matters to us is that we got in that 3rd position into the Champions League. Now finally, we'll be getting that European money to improve the squad by quite a bit. Now for season number 7, I brought in 2 replacements as we needed to improve in these areas. For the right wing position, I brought in Johan Bakayoko, as Arias was actually going down in overall last season, only by 1 but still going down. So I had to get that 85 overall in to strengthen the wing. And then we didn't really have a strong right back, so I brought in Tino Livramento, 86 overall, good defending, good dribbling, decent passing, great pace. Hopefully he can help us defend this season. Now when you look at this, the board actually wants us to reach the final of the Champions League, so that's maybe telling me we could, because obviously the board goes on how good the team is. So a potential Champions League final? I don't think so though. So now all we've got to do, sim to the end of the season, hope we've got to that Champions League final, because obviously that's clearly what the board wants, and hopefully get top 4 again, because if we don't, then we're in the Europa League or Conference League next season instead of the Champions League. Now in season number 7, we have finally won our first major trophy with Wolverhampton Wanderers beating Chelsea on penalties 5-4 to win the Carabao Cup. Now in the FA Cup quarter-finals, we got beat by Arsenal, who then went on to win the whole thing. And in the Premier League, even though we finished miles off of it, at one point we were in the title race, but then kind of fell off towards the end. Ended up finishing 3rd, securing another top 4 finish. And in the Champions League, we have got to the final. The board wanted the final, we got the final. And we're playing none other than Manchester City. And of course, it's Ceballos again with 38 and 16 guiding us to the Champions League final alongside Bayer and Bakayoko. I did say when I signed him, Ceballos is a really good career mode player, and he's proved me right yet again. Now let's stop the waiting and get into this Champions League final. So here we are then, as we walk into the Old Trafford scenery, as we head into the 2032 Champions League final against Manchester City, trying to win it. What an occasion this is going to be for Wolverhampton Wanderers. To be fair, I'm looking at the teams, and Haaland has still got City, they've still got Fosun obviously. Haaland has still got City, you know what I meant. City has still got Haaland, and we win that. And just try and keep it on. He's just off. I swear he's just off. Is that Keller? We've still got Gvardiol. Or is that a regen? No man, he's just off. Right, hold on, I need to check. Who is that? Parsons? He's called Parsons. Is that actually a regen or is that a real player? No, it is a regen. We've got Cabor at right back. We need to really get Ceballos on the ball. And absolutely no one is there. Bayer! Oh, Bayer in the Champions League final for Wolverhampton Wanderers. What a goal. What a finish. And we lead 1-0. Absolute scenes in the opposite side of the stadium. What a goal. Seriously, I mean, 2 minutes over. Anyways, that's half time in the Champions League final. We lead 1-0, just what we wanted. Come on, yeah. As soon as I seen that pass get played to Haaland, I knew he was going to score. He was never missing from there. Don't know what the defence is doing though, you can't leave Haaland unmarked in the box. Haaland puts it in the roof of the net, I believe. Well, not quite, but doesn't matter. Still 1-1. Yeah, 2-1. They don't deserve it, but they're 2-1 up. Totally against the run of play this. And it's his first goal in the Champions League, of course it is. And it could be the winner. Come on! 2-2 in the 80th minute. We equalise through Bayer again, his brace in the Champions League final. And we must remember, we only signed him because Larsson's contract ran out of us and I just totally forgot to renew it. Cuts inside, Bakayoko finishes! To make it 3-2 in the 88th minute in the Champions League final. Absolute scenes! Rob Edwards and the players celebrate right next to the fans as Bakayoko makes it 3-2. And in these last 10 minutes, we've managed to turn it around. What a game. Johan Bakayoko, take a bow. Come on! Absolute scenes in Manchester. The city of City, and we've won the Champions League final. I think we were the better team in that match and we fully deserve this Champions League trophy. What a team, what a game, and what a rebuild. Now, if you did enjoy this video, like I said at the start, only 0.2% of my viewers are subscribed. So if you have an account on YouTube, it's totally free to subscribe. So please do so, as I would appreciate that a lot. Now that's all for today. See you all next week for the next rebuild. Peace.